Testing, test. Yeah, because right now it's even still like fuzzy. I'm trying to... Competitive. Ooh, don't load into a competitive game. That almost turned ugly. So here's my thing. It's glitchy. CPU's at a literal 100. Why is that? Maybe is it because I need to use the virtual camera? It's framey. My CPU is at 100%. Now, obviously, it's gonna be a little higher than it Intel i5. But it shouldn't be to the point where the CPU is literally at 100%. That shouldn't be it.
The weight of our mission is upon us now.
Can you see my game? Hold on. Okay, so you can see my game. Now, question, is it literally just my mic that's, like, buggy? Or is it the same as earlier where it just wasn't in sync? Okay, so the audio is synced now. It's literally just buggy. But, like, okay, is the game audio in... You can't see the game? Can you see it now, though? Because on my screen, I'm able to see it. Like, my game itself is running good in terms of ping. Now I can. Yeah, that's because I was tabbed out. I think it's really just CPU. I really don't think it's an issue other than CPU. Because I'm able to, like, do regular things. I'm able to do regular things without this issue. It's literally just Valorant, because I tried Brawl earlier. And it was fine. Like, literally, even upon updating mid, I don't know how to call it, but it's like, well, I could... It's not even the software using more CPU, it's Valorant. Remember, Valorant takes up a lot. And especially with my CPU already being pretty bad, oh my gosh, don't even get me started when I loaded up Marvel Rivals. That was, oof. Remember, that even back on OBS was pretty CPU intensive. Like, in 2025, you shouldn't even be using a Intel Core i5. And it's, I literally have the new CPU right there, like, right on the ground. It just doesn't make sense to put everything in with the 3050 GPU. We need to get a new GPU. But, how about this? Why didn't I just try loading up The Walking Dead? Audio isn't synced anymore. Okay, hold on. Do you hear me now? Or no, I'm probably even more buggy, huh? Let me try loading up repo. So we know Marvel doesn't work. I think they're coming. I think the people are coming from my apartment. Hi, Samurai! I actually have to go. I'm like 99% sure the people who are doing the mandatory checks are here. At least I heard some footsteps. Yeah. They were supposed to be here 3 hours ago, but hey, we don't. But I hope you're doing well, Samurai. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, my audio. Or how about this? Am I able to, with this vertical stream, so what I kind of want to do is I want to make different scenes. So if I were to do just chatting, can I have different scenes? If I were to do this, ooh, so if I were to do this, just randomly, and then go to game. Okay! Okay. Thank you. What you using the vertical stream? I'm using Stream with Meld. A lot of people at DreamHack recommended this to me, and actually I was going to switch over to it. I'm super sorry, my mic's very buggy because we switched off of Valorant. But why is it still buggy is my question. Let me try to change outputs. Track. Testing, and it's still buggy. Hold on. Let me just complete. Is it still buggy? No, but I'm using Stream with Meld. Basically what happened is that I don't have the best CPU. At the moment in time, I have an Intel Core i5-10400F, and I have a new CPU right here. Ugh. No, where'd it go? Right here. The AMD Ryzen 9 9900X. And the thing is that I still need to get a GPU, and then Corsair is sending me an SSD. But I didn't want to put anything together, even take it out of the box until I have everything. Because, you know, with motherboards, it's not necessarily you can't put it in, but, like, if I were to put everything in my build right now with a 3050, it'd create a bottleneck. And I just don't want to do that right now, so I'd rather wait until I have everything. But no, it's nothing wrong with the software. I think it's just everything is kind of overloading my CPU. Because remember, that's why I had to kind of stop streaming in the first place on Twitch. But then when I realized that Twitch, with my content style, with me creating a lot of tech content, but not really a lot of like gaming clip content, isn't the most sustainable. So that's why I'm trying to switch over to YouTube, because that's what the closest to partner I am, or the closest, is that the right word? Closest to partner, I guess. And then what's it called? What's it called? And then TikTok I really want to try, but I know they have really harsh rules over there. It's good. I've used it in the past, but it was an earlier build. Got to try it nowadays. Are you talking about the CPU? I'm not gonna lie. The Intel CPU isn't bad if you're trying to like stream. Wait, why don't I just become like a Minecraft stream? Wait, why don't I try Minecraft? That's a good one. I'm talking about Meld. Yeah, no, Meld is actually very, very good. I downloaded Meld a month or so ago, but because I literally just came back from my last trip, I got sent out, not sent out, that sounds so weird. I got invited to TwitchCon and DreamHack by a couple organizations, Creator U and 1000 Dreams Fund. So I've always had it downloaded, but I never had time to set it up. So now that I actually want to get back into streaming again, because I'm about to graduate as well, so I'm like, let me try to get everything situated. But honestly, the thing is with OBS is that it takes up so much on my CPU. And especially because I've always wanted to experiment with vertical streaming. With OBS, you'd need to download another type of plugin, which overall would have been more intensive on my CPU and overall not the most sustainable. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, just with the recent news coming out about OBS, it's just overall, how do I say this? It's not the most user friendly to the point where I don't think it's gonna be good long term, especially with, streaming being picked up so heavily because of, prominent content creators and streaming university. It's just not something that I necessarily want to put my time in. So that's why I'm exploring new options. And I heard a lot of people were, saying like, oh yeah, Stream with Meld is a really good software. So now I'm trying it out. And so far I'm actually having a really good time. Like, it took, I don't even know how long, not that long at all, to set it up last night in terms of like transferring over my scenes. And now we're working on more so like the technical, like the audio and stuff. Oh, that's fire. Yeah, thank you. I really do. I really love the opportunities. I really do. Don't, what just opened up? You're telling me repo just now opened up? You're telling me repo just now opened up? I feel that, sis, I need to get around to making these tech videos. I like streaming, but yeah, I need to get on that. You know what? I'm gonna say this right now. Creating tech content is so cool. I truly love it because one thing about me, I'm a marketing major. So I have always been around content creation, but the reason why I actually got into making tech content is because a little bit ago my PSU was having problems. More so not really being the most sustainable because you need to have a certain amount of wattage when it comes to streaming, right? Like 700, 800, or 750, 850 is probably the most sustainable. The PSU that came with my PC was more so meant for gaming, not gaming and streaming. And then I was gonna take it to a shop, I have to get all that sorted out. And I was like, wait a minute, why would I sit here and take it to a shop when I could just figure it out myself? Because it wasn't like changing out the CPU. It wasn't like, changing out everything on a motherboard. It was just switching around the PSU. So when I, swapped it out completely myself, just a couple YouTube videos, of course it took a little bit, but once I realized that I could do that, I was like, wait a minute, I can do a lot of other things on my own. And I feel like seeing how tech content truly helps people, that's when I was like, okay, I want to get into tech, but I specifically also want to get into tech education. So like, I'm not about to say like I'm completely with AI. I do not, hold on, they're here. I'll